This is Veronica. All summer long, she's been learning 50 poems, and today she's going to recite all of them.
You meant to say memorize?
What did I say?
You said learn, not memorize.
Oh.
I memorized them.
Yeah, but that's another way of saying learned. You did learn them.
Okay.
Okay, we'll start with level 1. Rain, rain.
Rain, rain, go away, come again another day.
Starlight.
Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might have the wish I wish tonight.
Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill went up a hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack rolled down and broke his crown and Jill came tumbling after.
Jack be nimble.
Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, Jack tremble over the candlestick.
Davy, Davy dumpling.
Davy, Davy dumpling, boil him in a pot, sugar him and butter him, and eat him while he's hot.
Heckity peckity.
Heckity peckity, my black hen, she lays eggs for gentlemen. Gentlemen come every day to see what my black hen does lay.
Little Miss Muffet.
Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet, eating her carrots and whey. When along came Spider and sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away.
Little Boy Blue.
Little boy blue, go blow your horn, the sheep's in the meadow, the cow's in the corn. But where's the little boy who looks after the sheep? Under the hay, fast asleep.
Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. When all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty together again.
Little Jack Horner.
Little Jack Horner sat in his corner eating his Christmas pie. He stuck in his thumb and pulled out a plum and said, "What a good boy am I."
Level 2. Hey Diddle Diddle.
Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such a sight, and the dish ran away with the spoon.
To market, to market.
To market, to buy a fat pig. Home again, jiggity jig. To market, to buy a fat hog. Home again, jiggity jog. To market, to buy a plum pie. Home again, market is done.
Peter Piper.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
Woodchuck.
How much wood can a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? It would chuck as much wood as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Sing a song of sixpence.
Sing a song of sixpence, a pocket full of rye, 4 and 20 blackbirds baked in a pie. When the pie was opened, the birds began to sing. Wasn't that a dainty dish to set before the king? The king was in the counting house, counting out his money. The queen was in the parlor, eating bread and honey. The maid was in the garden, hanging up the clothes, when down came a blackbird and snapped off her nose.
5 little pumpkins.
5 little pumpkins sat on a gate. The first one said, "Ooh, it's getting light." The second one said, "There are witches in the air." The third one said, "But we don't care." The fourth one said, "Let's run, run, run." The fifth one said, "Let's have some fun." Then ooh went the wind and out went the lights, and the 5 little pumpkins rolled out of sight.
Schoolroom clock.
There's a neat little clock in the schoolroom. It stands and it points to the time with its 2 little hands. And may we like the clock keep a face clean and bright, with hands always ready to do what is right.
Mary, Mary, quite contrary.
Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With silver bells and cockle shells and pretty maids all in a row.
If I were an apple.
If I were an apple that grew in a tree, I think I'd drop down on a nice boy like me. I wouldn't stay there giving nobody joy. I'd drop down at once and say, "Eat me, my boy."
Level 3. 30 days, half September.
30 days, half September, April, June, and November. February has 28 alone. All the rest have 30. Except leap year, that's the time when February's days are 29.
Snow
Mama,
Song by Sarah Teasdale.
I'm not memorizing them. I just know how to say them, so I can just say them without memorizing them.
Snow Song by Sarah Teasdale. Fairy.
Fair snow, blowing, blowing everywhere. Wish that I too could fly lightly, lightly through the air. That should be a level 2 poem. It's so short and easy.
Daffodowndilly by A.A. Milne.
Daffodowndilly. She wore her yellow sun. She wore her greenest gown. She
turned.
She turned to the south and curtsied up and down. Then she turned to the sunlight and shook her yellow head and whispered to her neighbor, "Winter is dead."
Make new friends.
Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other is gold. The circle is round, it has no end. That's how long I want to be your friend.
Who Has Seen the Wind by Christina Rossetti.
Who has seen the wind? Neither I nor you, but when The leaves go rustling, the wind is passing through. Who has seen the wind? Neither you nor I, but when the trees bow down their heads, the wind is passing by.
Hope by Langston Hughes.
Sometimes when I'm lonely, don't know why, keep thinking I won't be lonely by and by.
Work with all of your might.
Whatever you do from morning to night, you do with all. If it be good, if it be right, do what you do with all of your might.
That's it. Solomon Grundy.
Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday, christened on Tuesday, married on Wednesday, took ill on Thursday, worked on Friday, died on Saturday, buried on Sunday. This is the end of Solomon Grundy.
Thanksgiving Day by Lydia Maria Child.
Over the hills and through
Over the river.
Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. The horse knows the way to carry the sleigh through the soft and drifting snow. Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. Hear the bells ring, jingling ding, are off for Thanksgiving Day.
Nothing Gold Can Stay by Robert Frost. Nature's first, green as gold, her heart is here to hold. An early leaf to flower, but only so an hour. Then leaf subsides leaf, so Eden sang to grief. So dawn goes down to day, nothing gold can stay. What's that poem about? We can talk about it later.
Okay.
Level 4. I'm Nobody by Emily Dickinson.
I'm a nobody. Who are you? Are you a nobody too? Then there's a pair of us, don't tell. They'd advertise it, you know. How dreary to be a somebody, how public like a fraud, to tell one's name to live long day into an admiring log.
Oh, What a Strange Wind by Shel Silverstein.
Oh, what a strange wind it was today. Oh, what
Whistling.
whistling, whirling, and were hurling away like a worried old woman who had so much to say. Oh, what a strange wind it was today. Oh, what a strange wind it was today. My hat's cool and clear from the sky gray. My hat stayed on, but my head blew away. Oh, what a strange wind it was today.
Snowflake by Walter de la Mare.
Before I melt, come look at me, a lovely icy filigree, a vagrant forest. In one night I make a wilderness of wet. By sky cold of crystals made, I'll softly on your finger laid. I pause that you my beauty see, breathe, and I vanish instantly.
Hoppity by A.A. Milne.
Christopher Robin goes hoppity hop, hoppity hoppity hop. Whenever I ask him politely to stop, he says he can't possibly stop. For if he stopped hopping, poor Christopher Robin couldn't go anywhere. Poor Christopher Robin couldn't go anywhere. That's why he always goes hoppity hop.
Thank you. Table Manners by Gallet Burgess.
The goobs, they lick their fingers, the globes, they lick their knives, they spill their broth on the tablecloth. Oh, they lead disgusting lives. The goobs, they talk while eating, and loud and fuss they chew, and that is why I'm glad that I am not a goob. Are you?
Fog by Carl Sandburg.
The fog creeps over on little Catby. It sits looking over harbor and city, and then moves on silent haunches, and then moves on.
If wishes were horses.
If wishes were horses, beggars would ride. If turnips were watches, I'd wear one by my side. If ifs and ands were pots and pans, there'd be no work for tinkers' hands.
The Queen of Hearts.
The Queen of Hearts made some tarts all on a summer's day. The Knave of Hearts stole those tarts and took them clean away. The King of Hearts called for the tarts and beat the knave full sore. The Knave of Hearts gave back the tarts and vowed he'd steal no more.
Nice. When You Sailed Our Way.
When you sailed it away. Columbus sailed across the sea and found a very special land that belongs to you and me. Columbus, we celebrate your day in 1492 when you sailed our way.
Nice. A good play by Robert Louis Stevenson.
We built a ship upon the stairwell made of the back bedroom chairs. We filled it full of sofa pillows to go sailing on the billows.
We sat along for days and days and had the very best of plays. When Tom fell out and broke and hurt his knee, so there was no one left but me.
Excellent. Now, level 5. 'Twas the night before Christmas.
It was the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hope that St. Nicholas soon would be here. The children were nestled or snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. Mom in her kerchief and I in my cap have just settled down for a long winter nap. When out on the lawn there arose a great clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh, 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in an instant it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came. He whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, and Prancer, and Big, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder, and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, dash away, dash away, dash away all. And then I heard him explain, as he drove at the start, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Little Bo Peep.
Little Bo Peep lost her sheep and didn't know where to find them. Leave them alone and they'll come home with their tails behind them. It happened.
Little Bo Peep.
Little Bo Peep fell fast asleep and dreamt she heard them bleating. But when she awoke, she found it a joke, for still they were a-fleeting. It happened one day Bo Peep did stray into a meadow hard by. There she espied their tails side by side, all hung on the tree to dry. She heaved a sigh and wiped her eye, and over the hillocks she raced. She tried as she could, as a shepherdess should, that his tail should be properly placed.
Witch's Song by William Shakespeare.
Thrice the brindled cat hath mewed, thrice and once the hedgehog whined. Harper cried, it's time, round about the cauldron go, in the poison entrance throw. Toad the under cold stone, days and nights have 31. Sweltered venom sleeping got, boiled at first in the charmed pot. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Fill it with the fenny snake, in the cauldron boil and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog, adder spark and blighworm stings, lizard's leg and howlet's wing, for a charm of powerful trouble, like a hell breath, boil and bubble. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Cool it with a baboon's blood, now the charm is brimming good.
Summer Stars by Carl Sandburg.
Bend low again, night of summer stars. How near you are, night of summer stars. So near you are, a long-known man could pick off stars, pick off what he wants from the sky bowl. Bend low again, night of summer stars. So near you are, night of summer stars. So near you are, strumming, strumming in the sky bowl.
So lazy.
So lazy and hum-strumming.
Oh, hushed October.
Oh, hushed October, morning mild, that leaves have ripened to the fall. Tomorrow's and if they be wild, should waste them all. The birds above the forest call, tomorrow they may form and go. Oh, hushed October, morning mild, begin the hours of this day slowly.
Slow, just slow.
Slow.
Ramses II.
Ramses was a pharaoh, held in high esteem. He conquered all his enemies so he could rule supreme. He raised up mighty monuments that told of all his deeds, and built a massive pyramid for his eternal needs. And then he met with Moses, who said, let my people go. But Ramses was too mean and proud, and he told Moses no. Then Moses called upon the Lord to make the king relent. It took a lot of doing before Ramses would consent. Ramses was a pharaoh. Ramses was supreme. He made all of Egypt tremble during his regime.
The Swing by Robert Louis Stevenson.
How do you like to go up and swing up in the air so blue? Oh, I do think it's the pleasantest thing ever a child can do. Up in the air and over the wall, till I can see so wide, rivers and trees and cattle and all over the countryside, till I look down on the garden green, down on the roof so brown. Up in the air I go flying again, up in the air and down.
Washington by Nancy Bird Turner.
He played by the river when he was young. He raced his rabbits along hills. He fished for minnows and climbed and stung and hooted back at the whippoorwills, strong and slender until he grew. And then one morning the bugles blew. Over the hills a summons came, over the river's shining rim. He said that the bugles called his name. He knew that his country needed him. So he answered, coming, and marched away for many a night and many a day. Perhaps when the marches were long and hot, he'd think of the river flowing by, camping under the winter sky. He'd hear the whippoorwills' far-off song, in peace or strife,
Boy or soldier.
in boy or soldier, he loved America all his life.
Boy or soldier, peace or strife.
Boy or soldier, peace or strife, he loved America all his life.
Winkin', Blinkin', and Nod by
Winkin',
Eugene Field.
Winkin', Blinkin', and Nod one night sailed off in a wooden shoe, sailed on a river of crystal light into a sea of dew. Where are you going, and what do you wish? The old moon asked the three. We've come to fish for the herring fish that lived in this beautiful sea. Nets of silver and gold have we, said Winkin', Blinkin', and Nod.
The last one, Gravity. The planet.
The planets in our galaxy, brightly starred stars I see, in a pattern one by one, revolving fast around the sun. While the earth is spinning, I stay firmly on the ground. Gravity keeps me in place as I spin around in space.
Well done, Renica. 50 poems. Congratulations.